Hey, there you guys are. Welcome. It's Friday, day 5 of NFL free agency period. The Cowboys, while we all slept last night, added some more players to their team. Is Christian Parton getting his way? Jerry Jones, he spoke about the Osa trade, about the Maxx Crosby pursuit, and more coming up right now on the DLLS Cowboys podcast, because this show starts now. What's up, good people? Welcome to the DLLS Cowboys podcast on this wonderful Freaky Friday, day 5 of NFL free agency. We get into a lot of things that happened overnight, but before we do that, just know that we're coming to an end. It is the free agent frenzy sale, $36. Get you signed up to become a diehard. You get access to all of the things that DLLS has on its network. Fran Duffy, who we'll have later on in this show, his draft guide you'll be able to get to, the Discord. You get a free t-shirt in that mix. You get a carrying card. You get 20% off. All those things are happening right now. Normally $80. Today you get it for $36. Don't miss this chance to become a diehard member by signing up today. All right, welcome in. We thank you. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in. Tell a friend to tell a friend that we rocking and rolling today on the Cowboy DLLS podcast. Before we get into the show, let me introduce myself. It's just two of us today. It's Unc and it's Pop Pop. Unc, I said Unc and Pop Pop. I'm Pop Pop now, right? That's what they said. That's what the lady said.
It.
Yeah,
we got that clean.
Listen, this is what they said, right? They said
you got it.
They said I'm Pop Pop now.
You got it.
That's what the lady said.
You
the lady
got
said
it.
I'm Pop Pop, right?
You're also doo-doo queen.
No, well,
you got multiple titles.
Well, I don't know. You honestly, like, you are the creme de la creme doo-doo all around. You encompass it, the queen, the king, the jack, the heart, all of it, because you stay on the
jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah, okay. All right, but I'm Jesse Holly.
He's a black man.
That's true. That is absolutely true. The melanin does not lie. And to my podcast, right, 27-year veteran beat writer, the best in the business, whether you like him or not, I'm telling you, he the best. Clarence Hill.
He's a black man.
Am I? Got this black fresh on. This is a Fabuletics Fresh, baby. It's Fresh Friday, Freaky Friday,
and
Funky Friday.
And it's
my daughter's birthday.
Thank you, God. I'm
gonna get there.
When? After you talked about Funky Friday,
Well,
let's talk about important
freaky,
stuff.
Funky. It's my daughter. I want to tell my daughter Channing. She's in D.C. She's a first-year law student at American University in D.C. Happy 25. My broke best friend in D.C. I got a broke best friend in Houston at Rice. I got a broke best friend in D.C. Happy 25th birthday.
Happy birthday, Shan.
Channing.
Channing. Happy birthday, Chan. 25. Boy, what I was doing at 25.
Boy, what?
You're doing, well, you're much more mature than I am at 25. So happy birthday to you. While we slept last night, Jerry and company was still working. They sleep. The Dallas Cowboys got to work last night signing 28-year-old cornerback Cobie Durant, not to be confused with Kobe Bryant, but Cobie Durant. He played for the LA Rams, had 3 picks last year, took one back to the house, really played really well in the playoffs. As you can see, it's starting to look very similar to all the players that Christian Parker is bringing in. Another 5'11", guy, 180 pounds. And what do you see? You're going to consistently hear these words when you're talking about the players that the Cowboys are signing to Christian Parker's defense. Versatile, multiple, smart.
Sorry, ignore.
Oh, Oh, that was it. Versatile, smart, tough, instincts, all of the things that we've heard Christian Parker say in his interview, what he wanted in players. Right. You're starting to see him sign those level of players as well. The Cowboys went and found their Brock Hoffman replacement, signing offensive tackle Matt Hennessy, not to be confused with Matt Whiskey or Matt Patron.
And not confused with that Hennessy that y'all drink.
Don't you drink
that dark liquor? I don't really do Hennessy. I'm not.
You do dark.
I'm not dark. Now, Law's a Hennessy guy.
You dark though.
Law's
you do dark.
I do bourbon. Law's a Hennessy guy. I like, dude. We graduated from Hennessy.
What's Crown? That bourbon?
No, it's more. It's a blended whiskey, but it's not Hennessy.
It's dark though.
Oh, it's dark. It's dark.
You in that purple and gold bag.
It's in a dark liquor family.
You in that purple and gold bag.
I'm in that dark liquor family. Now, one thing I want you to do at some point is your great KBBUs, positionless football. These cornerbacks, these safeties, what CP is doing, they do a little bit of everything, okay? Yeah. This positionless, he wants all of it. They all look alike. They all got the same kind of size.
Same size measurements, yep.
And they all can play the slot and do outside and do back and different things like that. I mean, I think there's, we talk about positionless basketball, but right now in the secondary, sort of we're seeing is where they're using safety with the slot and different things. Is there some positionless football coming up with some of those secondary members? I know some of your outside corners, you have certain size.
Well, and that's the thing. And Cobie Durant, they signed him on a one-year deal, $5 million. So this doesn't stop them from doing anything else. This is one of those things where Christian Parker is loading up. Because I do still believe that there is a future in Dallas for Revel, for Bland. I think those guys will get the first crack at it. Now, how that transpire with injuries or recovery from injuries, I think in the conversation of it all, that the Joneses said, hey, listen, we're going to give you your way, but we paid this guy and we drafted that guy. So I'll probably want these guys to get the first shot at it, but Christian Parker said, cool, but let me cover my hiney. Right. Let me make sure my hiney is covered. If these guys don't work out, whether it's the recovery from the injury, the mental part of the game, or what have you, that he can pivot to that other spot and these other guys. Now, to your point of the positionless, this is what he's talked about. This is the blueprint of what Christian Parker has talked about and saying, when you're playing this type of defense, and if you go back and watch KBBU from a couple of weeks ago, I broke down what the cover 4 match looks like. And so you're going to have these guys play multiple positions. You may start out at the beginning of the play. You may be a free safety. But if they shift or how the route concept breaks down, you're playing a different position post snap.
Right. And
so having guys who only think linearly limits what you can do defensively. And I think that's the wave of the National Football League, is having that, to where the NBA is, having positionless secondaries where guys can play all over, where guys can play in the slot, the guys can play outside. And I got shot down a couple times about this before, but I'm still going to stand strong until I see differently. Because Cobie Durant, Cobie Durant. There is a Cobie Durant that plays cornerback in the National Football League.
That's also a great Cobie Durant, late great Cobie Durant to play basketball.
Right, there is no other. When you say Cobie Durant, you're only talking about one person in our minds. We have to adjust to the football players. But I am still of the belief, because for the most part, Cobie Durant is an outside corner.
Yeah.
I still believe, and I got shot down by y'all a couple weeks ago, don't put to bed DaRon Bland playing in the slot. Having him playing in the slot, being that cover guy in the slot, having these other guys on the outside. I'm not saying this is concrete. I have a gut feeling, and that ain't gas. That DaRon Bland, they're
if
not.
It ain't
they're
gas. I hope it ain't dozen.
They're not going away from that.
John made that mistake before, thinking it was gas.
Oh Lord.
John Anderson, our producer, made that mistake before, thinking it was gas and it was something else.
And then stayed in it too.
At a whole picnic.
Stayed in it. Didn't even leave.
On a whole date.
On a whole date. Didn't even leave. Didn't even leave.
Will the Cowboys make that mistake with DaRon Bland? Yeah. Your phone calls next.
But let me ask you.
Sports Radio 93.4 The Crack.
But let me ask you this, because you've signed Jalen Thompson, you've signed PJ Locke, you've now added Cobie Durant to the mix.
Right.
Are you now, because this was a major secondary was a major concern coming out of the season. Where are you sitting now as the secondary is concerned? Are you like, you know what? If the season was starting next week, would you be okay with where they're at in the secondary right now?
And I think that's the important thing about free agency. That's what you want to do. You want to cover yourself so you don't have to reach and be desperate in the draft. And I think that we'll find out, certainly as we get close to the draft, on the rehabs of Bland and the health.
Are you going to answer my question or not?
Yeah, no, because I got to get there.
You going to answer the question?
No, man, you can't be rushing me.
I'm not rushing you.
You are rushing me.
You can answer the question and then get to your breakdown.
Well, I mean, the answer is in the breakdown.
Do you need me to ask it again?
No, the answer is in the breakdown. We good. That's what I'm saying. We good. We don't have to be desperate in the draft. We good. I mean, and the bigger point I would like to make is that as we analyze what the Cowboys have done in free agency, I do like the moves they made in the secondary. I think they're better in the secondary. You add what they did with the safety market, you know, with Jalen Thompson and PJ Locke to go with Malik Hooker, and then you add Cobie Bryant to the mix at corner.
Cobie Durant.
You got me saying Cobie
I don't have
Bryant.
you saying anything.
You start this Cobie Bryant
I don't have you saying
mess.
anything.
Anyway, you had this Cobie Durant mix at corner to go with Revel and to go with Bland. Again, they feel good about the recovery of Revel. It's going to be 2 years away from the surgery. 2 years away from ACL. If he's who they think he is and who they drafted him to be, a healthy Revel and a healthy Bland. The thing with Bland is how long will he stay healthy because it's the same foot.
Yep.
You know, twice already now. How long will he stay healthy? But you like that group. They're better. We talked about the other day about is this defense better now than it was at the end of the season. You talk about the guys up front. You talk about guys in the secondary. Certainly you don't have Osa Odighizuwa, but I like their ability to defend in the secondary now better than they did at the end of the season.
Yeah, I do. I like what Christian Parker is doing with the secondary. That is his specialty, and if that's his specialty, then that's what should be the best. I'm not saying that the other positions won't be the best, but if your specialty is a certain position, we heard this with Matt Eberflus, right? His thing was linebackers, right? Dan Quinn, his things were defensive linemen, and when you look at those two different coordinators, when Dan Quinn was here, that defensive line was okay. I mean, of course, you added Micah to the mix and you had Tank and those guys. But Dan Quinn a year ago, his specialty was linebacker. That was poor. And that should be a clear indicator when a person has a specialty in something. Clayton Adams, what's his specialty? Offensive line, right? The Cowboys ran the ball last year with Javonte Williams at a really, really nice clip. If you're going to be a coordinator of any side of the ball, you have to come with a specialty.
Right.
And whatever that specialty is, it better be good. And I think right now, Christian Parker is adding his specialty to this defense. And none of these deals outside of the Thompson deal are deals that don't allow you to go into the draft to go and say, if Caleb Downs falls to you, to go get Caleb Downs. Because, I mean, I know Jalen Thompson is the 3-year deal, but everyone else is 1-year deal.
Right.
All those guys are 1-year deals. Locke is a 1-year deal. Durant is a 1-year deal. All these guys are 1-year deal. So it doesn't handcuff you to saying, hey, if I bring this guy in, I'm not obligated to play you. I don't have a bunch of money dumped into you. So I'm not skeptical of, not skeptical, but I'm not playing money versus playing time.
Yeah.
$5 million, I'll still put you on the sideline for a better player.
Yeah, and keep in mind the Cowboys are done in free agency. We're going to hear from Jerry Jones in a second, but they're not done in free agency. They also made a move to clear up some cap room, reducing Gary's contract. They took, reduced his cap hit by $14 million.
Remember in the run sheet when I said segment 2, we would talk about the Rashan Gary structured deal?
No. I understand that. I'm just saying that they're not done. I'm not trying to. I'm teasing. It's called a tease.
No, you're not.
It's a tease.
You weren't teasing.
It's
you weren't
already
teasing.
tease. tease.
It was, you
Come
weren't
in,
teasing.
about 30 seconds left in the day today. It was radio. That's why I said coming up.
All right,
I
class.
said on the next
do a
segment.
radio tease. Throw it to break.
Throw it to break. There you go.
Let's hear it.
Throw it to break.
I'm not even gonna
Throw
do
it to
it.
break.
I'm trying to give a tease of what's coming up because not just in the next segment, the fact that the Cowboys are not done. They create every time they create room, what they do, you see another move coming. That's all I'm saying.
Coming up next on the Cowboys DLS podcast, what he said. Sling TV is the most flexible way to watch TV. With college basketball tournament coming up, Sling TV gives you access to the games and more control over how and where you watch it. Check this out. Sling TV, flexible 1, 3, and 7-day pass options. That means instant access to live TV for the men's and women's tournament. You can get a day pass for just $4.99. The Sling TV is celebrating the chaos that everyone loves about the tournament. They're making it more fun to root for the underdogs this year. If you purchase any pass from Sling and a 12 through 16 seat makes it to the final round of 16 in either the men's or the women's tournament, the next day's pass is just $1. Get signed up at sling.com/underdogs. And if an underdog wins, then you win too. Live TV your way. Learn more at sling.com/underdog. No purchase required. To learn more and see full rules, visit sling.com/underdog. Swish. If you are on the internet right now, then you need to pay attention to this. Surfshark develops humanized privacy and security solutions to safeguard your data and privacy online. It allows you to virtually travel the world, browse privately by encrypting the internet activities, blocking ads and malware that get in your way, and more. Using a VPN is like wearing pants, man. All the important stuff stays private and secure when you step foot outside. And a VPN covers your whole online activity. Once your device is connected to the internet, all the information is now encrypted. That way, your online activity is hidden from all the snoopers and hackers. And the benefit of this, the whole household is protected and connected and secure. You get a 30-day money-back guarantee and it's 24-hour customer service. So go to surfshark.com/DLLS or use the code DLLS at checkout to get 4 extra months and a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee of Surfshark VPN today.
You anticipating re-engaging on Maxx Crosby at all, or no?
We're pretty far down the road relative to what our plans are. So while I don't anticipate it, I don't want to rule anything out.
The Osa trade, what is that just about the 3rd round pick, or is there maybe something else going on as part of the bigger picture?
Well, no, of course we think Osa's not only an ideal poster child person and player, but he was an outstanding player. And we needed to spread it around a little bit on what we have to have available to us for our cap, so to speak. But more importantly, we can put it in some places that probably get more mileage out of what it's done. That's not taking anything away from him individually, but we've got 2 outstanding football players, anticipate, and we have other backup players, plus we don't want to rule out drafting a player, so we thought that was the best move, and he found an outstanding home. He's coached, the coaches coached him out there, I think, as defensive coordinator. But more importantly, it's a deal that really helps the Cowboys, and because of the talent that we've got there.
Jerry Jones had a chance to speak yesterday about all of those topics that we've discussed, the Maxx Crosby, the Odighizuwa, and, you know.
What you laughing about?
I love Jerry.
It's
I love
about
him.
time Jerry Jones got a chance to speak.
Yeah.
He has been muzzled for far too long.
Yeah. I love Jerry. And when people say, because people on the internet will say this to me, and it's hilarious to me. But people will go, and they'll probably say it to you sometimes too. They'll go, Jerry Jones made you. And I'm like, he made all of us. I'm like, I said Jesus would say otherwise, but it's things like this where I am thankful. I'm always thankful that Jerry Jones is my owner. He is the owner of the team that I cover. Jerry Jones is the quintessential person you want in place when you do this job. And you just heard 2 minutes of it, because he's always going to talk about something. He's going to talk in circles about it. Some of it's never going to make any sense, ever going to make any sense. But when he sees a microphone, he's going to speak into it, and we're going to be able to use it for some way, shape, or form. But Jerry will talk circles around circles about nothing.
Yeah, and he's always at events because he's always doing stuff. They're at the, they're doing an IndyCar race in Arlington this weekend, and Jerry's over there promoting the IndyCar race. And unfortunately, I think the invitations of me and the Morning News and ESPN and some other normal beat writers got lost in the mail. Skyler was there for AP because they sent it to the AP NASCAR writer that they were or a racing writer, and so we weren't there. We were doing a Rashan Gary press conference yesterday afternoon that the Cowboys had set up, but whoever's promoting or doing the PR for the car race did not let the beat writers know that Jerry's going to be available. So we weren't necessarily there, but I got to talk to Skyler Dixon, AP, sent us the quotes, sent us the audio, but typical Jerry, because first of all, Maxx Crosby's on the team. You're supposed to say, I can't talk about that. That's tampering.
Yeah.
Classic. You're supposed to say, I can't talk about it. He's propping on the team. I mean, he's not a free agent.
No, he is employed by the Las Vegas Raiders.
Just to openly acknowledge that, we made a run at him, and our ship has sailed. We moved down the road because we had to adjust to go to Rashan Gary. But I'm not gonna rule it out.
That's another thing. He goes. He says we're pretty far down the road relative to what our plans are, and so while I don't anticipate it, I don't want to rule anything out. And that quote right there, is the essence of who Jerry Jones is. He tells you on the front end, nah, we about done with that situation. But for those fans who hang on every single word of his and are looking for that hope, he hits you on the back end. He hits you on the back end and says, but don't rule it out.
Yeah, and let's be illogical about this. And what Jeff pointed out, we've talked about this.
Hey, Jeff.
Should Rashan Gary stop you from going after Maxx Crosby?
No.
So, we adjusted. We pivoted because we had to do something. We still got that need.
Yeah.
And he's the guy. Now, obviously, if the injury issue weren't there and we had questions, if he's the dude we think he is, Rashan Gary shouldn't stop us from moving on and still trying to pursue Maxx Crosby.
Now, the one thing that the Cowboys will probably be running up against a little bit, and that segues me into the Rashan Gary contract, is they may be running out of cap space money. Now, they only got a couple more guys that they can kind of hit switches on to free up some more money. It would also help if you just went on and signed a long-term deal with George Pickens. That would actually free up a ton of money because that's on the books, that $28 million for that franchise tag. But there's only a couple more guys that they can hit switches on to free up some more money to give them space to do the big stuff. They can do some other stuff because they still, as Jerry said, now they added that third-round pick to the mix. They got to pay a draft class as well. And so, they're doing some restructure. And the latest one that they restructured was the Rashan Gary deal. And the numbers kind of came out for that yesterday. And so right now the deal looks like it's a 2-year deal, $32 million with $16 million guaranteed. It's a $13.2 million bonus. In 2026, it comes down to $1.8 million base salary and $1 million active roster bonus. In 2027, it's $15 million with $1 million active roster bonus. The first year is guaranteed. The cap number drops from 19.5 to 5.4 in 2026. And then they added 4 years, 4 voided years to the end of that contract.
And Jerry talked about it. He would do things to mortgage the future to help win now. He talked about that, at the combine. I'm going to borrow against the future. That's not going to stop me from winning now. But what it also tells you is notice who they're not going after to get money. When they didn't go after Osa's money because he had a new contract, those are the ones you go after to get money, to get cap room. That's maybe moving it was in play, okay? Because they made an adjustment with Clark's contract. They made guys they want to keep, and right now, two guys that they could potentially go after and get money from, but there are questions about their future. And so I'm not going to put bad money into the contract. Jake Ferguson,
Deron Bland. Yep.
You know, they have not done anything with, so those are recent contracts. They have automatic triggers in their contract. If they want to adjust them to get cap room, they're not doing anything with their money.
Yeah, no, it's those are the tea leaves sometimes that you have to read. John, let's go to the super chats and see what they're talking about with some of these super chats. Okay,
come on, Sully. We can't do that, Sully.
We can't say this, Sully. It's this Clarence version.
I appreciate you though.
Clarence version of a tease is just. Yep, I can't say that, Sully. I can't say that.
That's old school, Sully. Don't do that.
Yeah. My mortgage is due on the 1st, and I gotta pay it, so I ain't gonna say that. What do we have? We got Ortiz. It says, would you say we're still just all right? The tip of free agency signing. Yep.
Y'all are nasty.
Yeah.
Y'all are all horn dogs. Y'all try to blame it on me. Y'all are horn dogs. Y'all are horn dogs in the chat. Don't put y'all junk on me.
What?
I'll see stuff. What? Is that gonna be a drop now? Mess.
What? Listen, man.
I mean, you gotta stop it.
God.
I'm not gonna be messy.
My goodness, man. Yeah.
Listen.
Friday the 13th. You absolutely right, man.
Friday
it's
the 13th.
Freaky Friday. You taking it to another level.
No, it's not me. It's
you
them.
taking it to another.
It's them.
Here we go. Where's Sully's back in the super chat? Where is Jeff when you need him? Yeah, absolutely right. Because I don't want to be in this seat right now.
Really?
With old freaky Unc over here. I don't want that on
it's
my.
It's Funky Friday. Come on, it's
it
Funky Friday.
It is Funky Friday.
Funky Fresh Friday.
But yeah, so like the Cowboys, like from what Jerry is talking about, you know, and the lack of or the pursuit of Maxx Crosby not happening anymore, we're still on a point where I think the building of this team, especially defensively, is where the most building needed to happen, is going well. There's no home runs.
No.
You know, you got a couple doubles, you know, you got maybe a triple in there. But there's nothing home run wise of this class. And so that's the part that still bothers me a little bit.
Yeah, but
and the part that bothers me is that, you know, Rashan Gary, Thompson, Locke, Durant, I still don't feel it is better.
It's better.
And better is subjective because you were the absolute worst a year ago. So you only had one direction to go, is up. You eliminated a lot of those players on your team that are no longer here. You're adding some new pieces in. You're giving Christian Parker a chance to develop his side of the ball. I still don't feel charged up enough that this is the squad that can take the next step and put you deep in the playoffs.
You trying to get charged up?
Charged up. Charged up, nothing Freaky Friday about charged up.
Yeah, okay. I'm just checking out.
If I said rocked up,
hey,
that's something different.
Hey.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hey.
Charged up, excited, you know, jubilant, you know, having enthusiasm about.
Thirsty.
Not thirsty.
Getting your whistle wet.
Nah, nope, not me.
But let's real talk, you know, and Jerry talked about it also in the back end of that. We had to move some of the money around. We had to spread it out. There was too much at defense tackle. We talked about it yesterday. They had to move that money around. They want to use other positions.
Back to that pie situation.
Yeah, well, not necessarily. Yeah, there's only, but that's about paying guys. I'm saying that you can't have it all stacked in one position.
Right.
You know, and they had it all stacked at defense tackle. The hope is that they will use that money on another position. That's what I'm saying.
And D tackle, excuse me, but D tackle isn't a position you want a lot of money at anyway.
No, not at
you
this
want
defense.
Some money there, but you don't want that. Now, if you had bookend defensive tackles, defensive ends.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We can put some money out there, but we can't have all that money with the big guys.
No, you need pass rushers. So that's what we're hoping that this is. Opening the window to something else to come. You know, not only do you get rid of Osa and moves Osa's money around, you also get money back from Gary. You know, usually that's an indication that something else is coming down the pike.
Well, the Cowboys are still have more moves to make. They haven't addressed linebacker yet. We'll talk more about that in the fourth segment. But coming up next, we have our draft insider, our draft expert, Fran Duffy, joining the show. We got a lot to talk about because there's been some pro days that's happening. Cowboys been running some pro days. Some players that the Cowboys have been looking at came up injured in those pro days. So we'll talk more about that with Fran Duffy on the other side of this break. This is the DLS Cowboys podcast. We'll be right back. Shoot your shot on Prize Pick and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's right. Prize Pick is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, every board that much more exciting. So don't miss the chance and get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. Prize Pick is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stats projections. If you pick it right, you cash in. New feature alert here on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is now the early payout. If your player gets off to a hot start and you have the option to cash out those winnings before the game is even finished. So join millions of users and sign up for America's #1 sports pick app. Download the Prize Pick app today and use the promo code DLLS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5. The code is DLLS and you get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. I want to tell you about my friends at Fabletics, and whether you're working out or hanging out, having comfortable gear to wear is important. Fabletics activewear for men feels like kind of a high-end product, but it doesn't cost all the money that you would think it is, but you get the same premium fit and durability at a fraction of the price. So everything that Fabletics feels soft, breathable, and flexible, perfect for workouts, for traveling, or anytime that you want to feel great throughout the day. And you get 80% off everything when you sign up as a Fabletics VIP. So get 80% off everything when you sign up to be a VIP member of Fabletics. Just head over to fabletics.com/DLLS and take a quick style quiz and be sure to select DLLS when prompted to unlock your 80% off. That's fabletics.com/DLLS. I am telling you, you want this product. We love it here at DLS Cowboys. It looks good, it makes us feel good, and you should do it as well. You done eating that banana, Fran? Welcome back to the DLS Cowboys podcast. You done with your breakfast, Fran? We got the great Fran Duffy joining us, ALLCITY's draft analyst. Fran Duffy, he has a podcast. He has the Fran Duffy Draft Guide book.
You got a banana?
You got a banana.
What banana are we talking about? I'm eating like some like snack mix kind of deal.
Okay, all right.
No banana.
So John was wrong. So John was wrong by saying you're eating a banana.
I saw a banana.
Yeah,
I think Fran's
John.
wrong.
That's
I don't know.
that was John.
You must have been looking at a different monitor. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on back there.
Maybe John just likes looking at bananas.
Oh, okay. Man. All right, man.
I'm just saying.
All right, man. Welcome to the show, the great Fran Duffy, who is hard at work. And so we appreciate you giving us a moment of your time, because it's what Fran Duffy does. He gives us a moment of his time, but as soon as he hangs up with us, he's right back to the diehard draft guy, and he's updating this thing probably daily as these pro days are happening, up to the minute. As this stuff is happening, he's updating it. He's giving you all the information from pro days, from scouts, from teams, what players are doing, the numbers, the measurements, his draft notes. But in order to see this, guys, I'm telling you, don't miss this free agent frenzy that we have going on. Sign up to be a diehard is just $36. Normally $79.99, but it's $36, and you can be the class of the office draft conversation. You get Fran Duffy Draft Guide, and now you sifting through the pages and you're figuring out all these players. And now when you come back to the water cooler on Monday and they're like, man, who the Cowboys going to draft? You can be like, well, Keldrick Falk, he's this, and this. All because you had Fran's Draft Guide. Welcome to the show, Fran.
Jesse, Clarence, good to talk to you guys. Hope
so right off the top, Fran, I don't need to cut you off. Right off the top, I know. But we're getting right to the wheel. We're getting right to the wheel right here, right? You know what I'm saying? This is who the Cowboys are drafting. We're getting right to the wheel, and here are your options when we get to the wheel. We're going to spin this thing. Can you see it? You got it?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, here we go. According to your draft guide, that's how we designed our wheel. Oh, look at there, KF. That stands for Keldrick.
That'd be Keldrick Falk.
That'd be Keldrick Falk.
No, spin it again.
We gotta try it again.
Let's try it again. Let's try this again. According to Fran Duffy's draft guide, Fran's edge one. That would
be Keldrick Falk.
Keldrick Falk. Let's try it one more time to see if we can see if we can't find a player on this thing right here the Cowboys can draft according to it would be your edge number one. Who's that? Who's edge number one?
That would also be Keldrick Falk, yes.
Oh, it would be Keldrick Falk. Wait a second.
Try one more time.
Let's try one more time. Give a little oomph. All right.
There you go.
Give a little oomph. Try one more time, see if we can't figure out who Fran has for the Cowboys. It says
Run Stop Boy.
That's
Keldrick Falk.
That would be Keldrick Falk.
Yeah, Keldrick Falk. Yeah.
One more time.
Number 15, Keldrick Falk. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Oh, we got Fernando Mendoza. We got the Keldrick Falk, who is number one on your guide right now. Has that changed after the combine and some of these pro days, or that's where you still have it at?
Yeah, to me, that's not going to change all too much. I can't imagine I'm going to be dropping Keldrick Falk down. There's an outside chance because the grades are close between he and the other two guys. But to me, what it would take, and I think I said this to you guys last week, the way I look at it with Keldrick Falk, it's a matter of when, not if. Whereas the other guys, it's a matter of if, not when, right? And so there's just a little bit more doubt with me. And we're talking like marginally here with Arvell Reese, who's a great prospect, David Bailey, who's a great prospect, certainly have high ceilings for both. I've got high grades on all three of those guys. But for me, I look at Keldrick Falk and I see a profile that I will always bet on.
Tell me this, and it frustrates me because when we say Keldrick Falk, some people act like he's trash. Oh. I don't want Keldrick Falk. There's so many fans in the chat. I would hate this team. Why do people hate Keldrick Falk as a first round pick?
To the Cowboys.
Yes, we're talking about to the Cowboys.
To me, I can't really explain why people hate on it so much. I guess it's because he had 2 sacks last year, but he also had 7 the year before as a sophomore, as a 19-year-old in the SEC. So it's like, if you flip-flop that, all of a sudden we'd feel different about the player. I just see a player who's extremely young, has really good athletic traits for a guy that size, 280 pounds, position flexibility. I think he'd be a great fit in Christian Parker's scheme. This is a guy that can line up and win from multiple techniques, outstanding character, outstanding toughness, clean medical record. So again, like I'm betting on traits. I saw a note last week. I guess it was when Donnell Hunter. These days are all blending together. When Donnell Hunter signed the renegotiated contract with Houston, and it's like, oh man, like he's a future Hall of Famer, and look at all the money he's making now. Blah blah blah. He had no production, no sack production coming out of LSU, and I had a really high grade on Donnell Hunter, and it's just like, yeah. He's young, he's long, he can win on the outside of the top of the rush. Yeah, there are some things to clean up, but what to me, that's a profile I will bet on. It's not going to bat 1,000, but I'm going to bet on that profile.
Fran, the Cowboys just let a guy go who was around 275, 280 pounds, right? And part of that, why they let him go, was because of the fit in this new Christian Parker defense, this 3-4, and playing that inside eye. And so now you insert Keldrick Falk, who is similar in size to what they just let go. I think for me personally, just having someone who will threaten the quarterback from a pass rush perspective, how far along is Keldrick Falk from that? Is that a project? Is it a year, 2 years away from him being one of those players that from in this defense being able to get after the quarterback?
No, I think the difference between Odighizuwa and, because I'm assuming that's who we're talking Odighizuwa, right, Jesse?
Yes,
yep.
yes. Also,
me with Odighizuwa, like he is pure 3 technique, right? And I think with that's one of the things I like about Falk is that, yeah, there have been times where I've watched him. I'm like, yeah, like maybe I do like him kind of kicking inside. But to me, this is a player that after watching him, throughout the course of this season, I'm like, yeah, I feel better about his ability to stick on the edge, and he can win off the edge. He's done it over the course of his college career. He's not been a true only interior rusher. And so that ability to win from multiple techniques, that is big for a defense like this. And when you are going to play with light boxes the way that Dallas is going to, you need those guys to be able to hold up better than your, like the Dan Quinn defenses of years past, where it's like, all right, we want everybody light, or we want to get upfield, get upfield, get upfield. You need those guys to be able to hold up a little bit. So when I look at Falk, I see both rush upside and the ability to hold up in the run game. He's got a rugged element to him. But then I think also, in terms of you answering your question, how far away is he as a rusher? Again, like, this guy had 7-8 sacks in 2024. I think that the pass rush production dropped off this year as that defense fell off, and it just wasn't a good team. So I look at Falk, and that does not give me as much concern.
And real quickly, before we go back to the Will, to me, he's a better run stopper than Osa. That was not Osa's strength, okay? Yep. And he's a guy who can play that 4, that run stopping in his defense to play opposite Quinn Williams. We look at how they're going to use him in a 3-4. I don't know if, and I look at when Parcells switched from the 4-3 to the 3-4, he was eyeing Marcus Spears over a guy like DeMarcus Ware because of his fit and how he wanted to play this 3-4.
Yeah, and when I think of Spears too, like, Spears was so thick and stout and like that, and firm, like off the edge, right? And that's when I look at this player, when I look at Keldrick Falk, one of the comparisons I made for him early on was Arik Armstead, who has had a long career in the NFL, was a top 15 pick coming out of Oregon, and a similar kind of profile where it's like, yeah, like, he's got some inside-outside flex, and in the NFL, he's been viewed that way in San Francisco and then in Jacksonville. But yeah, some years he's listed as a DN, some years he's listed as a defensive tackle. His ability to kind of win from multiple techniques and honestly, like, beat you in a lot of different ways, that's an important quality to have.
Fran, I just want to go to some pro day stuff that we've seen in the last couple of days before we get to the board. You've seen Peter Woods work out. And
Cowboys were there.
Cowboys were there.
Yeah.
And then talking about Banks with the injury, the foot injury, and then also Terrell, who can be a guy the Cowboys look at drafting, is not going to perform in this pro day because of the hammy. Any update on those situations?
Yeah, the Banks injury is tough, and my friend Dane Brugler from The Athletic broke that yesterday. And we talked about this throughout the course of the process, is that was a tough profile for me to bet on. It's, similar in ways to Falk, where there's like the lack of production there, but he is an older player. He's going to be 24 years old. He's north of 320 pounds. This is his third foot surgery in 15 months. Like, that's tough, man. And so I'm not sure what that draft stock's going to look like at this point. I would imagine that round 1 is probably slim to none. So to me, that's disappointing. It's for the player, for Caleb Banks. As far as the other guys, I think that Peter Woods would be surprising for me in Dallas, just because to me that's more along the lines of, all right, you just parted ways with Odighizuwa. For this reason, I look at he's kind of like an upscale version of Odighizuwa, like pure 3 technique, get up the field. Unless they want him to kind of add more weight on. He carried more weight early in his career and was a little bit firmer at the point of attack. My guess is that their participation there at the Clemson Pro Day may have been more for Avion Terrell as opposed to Peter Woods.
Yeah, and Terrell, he hurt his hamstring at the combine and didn't perform at the Pro Day, correct?
Yeah, that's what I wonder if we'll see, like because what you'll typically see for some of these guys is, all right, if I couldn't go at this pro day, especially an early pro day, and we're talking second week of March, usually, all right, we get to like first week of April, some guys will have a private pro day, and that's something that we could see with Terrell. He did go through most of the positional work at the combine, and so he might say, like, all right, like I've got that. I don't need to necessarily do all the DB drills for everyone because I did a decent amount there, but stay tuned on that one.
All right, let's get to the board. 12, 20, or pass. Those are your 3 options as we spin this thing. All right, Colton Hood at number 12, number 20, or are you passing for the Dallas Cowboys?
It's a little risky here at this point. I am going to pass. I think their 20 is just a little bit too rich. I'd rather go a different direction at 20.
All right, so Colton Hood, Fran Duffy is passing on you for the Dallas Cowboys draft this season. Let's see. All you have is 12 and 20 now.
Yep.
Oh. Ooh. Ruben Bain.
Oh, Ruben Bain. All right,
Bain. 12 or 20 for Ruben Bain?
Yeah, we're gonna go number 12 here, Ruben Bain. And he honestly, he checks a lot of the boxes that I think for Dallas, where if he were to fall to them, that would make a lot of sense for them.
Ruben Bain popped up on the Twitter feed yesterday, and he was doing some workouts. And boy, he looked
not just doing some workout, he's doing some work with BT.
Who's
one of the Cowboys coaches.
Yes, one of the Cowboys specialists now. He looked bendy. He looked real bendy. He looked built. All right, so here it is. Here's the 20th pick right here from Fran Duffy. Off the board.
Damn.
Keldrick Falk. We didn't plan it that way, but it just worked out that way. We don't even
need to ask about Keldrick Falk, but we know how he feels about Keldrick Falk. This is what I want to ask you about. What if he falls?
Jeremiah Love.
What if Jeremiah Love is there at 12?
All right, so here's the thing. I'm glad this is front of mind for me because I just wrote about it in the All NFL Draft newsletter. Free, subscribe. It just went out this morning. I think based off free agency, right? We said because one of the most popular spots for him was number 8 to the New Orleans Saints. The Saints go out, they get Travis Etienne. Then you go look at number 9, Kansas City Chiefs. They go out, they get Kenneth Walker. So now that's to me. I asked the question: all right, do they think that he's not going to be there, Jeremiah Love, or do they think that we actually don't like him as much as what people on the outside think? I lean towards the former. I think that he is actually going to go in the top 7. And so when I'm starting to look, I actually explored the options there. I think he does end up in the NFC East. It's a matter of which of those other 2 teams picking in the top 7 he ends up with. But Jeremiah Love, I don't think he will make it even to 12 for the Cowboys.
Well, you think the Giants are taking?
Well, Giants of Washington, 5 or 7.
Scatterboo.
I don't agree with the logic. I'm just going off what the wings are saying.
If he's there at 12,
yep.
Should the Cowboys take him? Would you take him? I would.
To me, he would be the best player on the board. He almost certainly would be the best player on the board, right? But after you just paid Javonte, I know it was like $8 million a year, so it's not like a huge chunk of change, but that would surprise me, I think.
All right, man. We appreciate that, Fran. Thank you so much. And remember, you can find all of Fran's stuff on allcity.com/draft guide. The draft guide is out. It's updated by the minute. He's probably going to hang up with us and probably go right back to the draft guide to update that situation. He has a podcast. He has a newsletter. Find Fran and find all of his stuff. You will be better for it. Fran, thank you, brother. We'll see you next time.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank
all right, coming up next on the Cowboys DLLS podcast. We're gonna stop. We're gonna ask the question: are the Cowboys going to address the linebacker position in free agency? And I have a linebacker that I like that's still a free agent. Coming up next, right here on the Cowboys DLS podcast. All right, man, it's still out here. Become a diehard. I can tell you this free agent frenzy, it will not last long. This is not one of those things that's going to last until the resurrection Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Jesus came back, but this price might not come back. So you better make sure you jump on it. What? He did come back. Maybe not. You don't know. You don't know that price coming back. For a limited time. You know what that means, right? Limited time. Mean that thing ain't coming back. $36 to become a diehard in the free agent frenzy. Let me tell you what you get. You get access to the Discord. We just talked to Fran Duffy. You get access to his draft guide and all other information that he may be putting out. That's going to make you better, especially if you're trying to be one of the football aficionados and have that conversation at the water cooler at work. You'll want to have Fran's draft guide. Oh, also, if there's some NBA stuff that we're doing, a Major League Baseball stuff that we're doing, hockey stuff that we're doing, it's all going to be in there. So you don't want to miss those things as well. We have the Discord kicking off. They talk about KG and them. They talk about wrestling. They talk about food and recipes and comic books and cards. And I'm this close from getting that feet page jumping up. I should have it by the summertime. So ladies, if you in the chat, make sure y'all get them toes right. Don't have the toenail going too far over the bed of the skin. The toenail, keep it tight. Don't have it to go too far, and don't have big feet with ashy ankles and bad heels. But that's neither here nor there. Sign up to be a diehard today. You get a free t-shirt with that as well. The t-shirt is going to cost you about $36. And you don't want to miss the opportunity to get a St. Patrick's Day green t-shirt, drinking day champ right there, that you can get one of those t-shirts, get you one of these multiple different styles. If you're in the DFW area, make sure you get the DLLS one, because I mean, we're here. So jump on that today. Because what are you waiting for? This is not a threat, but kind of a threat, as Jeff would say.
Why are you threatening folks?
Welcome back to the Cowboys DLLS podcast. And let's jump right into the Super Tat. Sully is back in here. Where's Jeff when you need him? We already got to that one.
Sick.
Yeah, he's not sick. He's
sick
recovering.
and shut in, man.
He's
sick
recovering. He's recovering.
That's the sick and shut in.
Okay, I got you.
On church, he's on
You're
the
right,
sick and shut in list.
You're right. The folks
Black church.
They calling him. You know what I'm saying?
We taking communion to him.
Yeah. They calling him. They're gonna go check on him. They're gonna send that ministry over there to check on him. Armand says, y'all hit the likes and share button, and this is a threat. Okay, that's from Armand, not from us. Anthony is in the super chat. It says selling us on Falk is like selling taco over what?
No.
That's him.
That's not true.
That's him.
But that's not true. It's a poor comparison. The
Yeah,
evaluation of Taco over Watt was all about scheme and fit for a defense. That's not the same conversation here.
We're not having a
Most
scheme
people-
and fit conversation here.
No, we're not selling Falk because he doesn't. Watt was a better pass rusher.
You
Cowboys need a
sound
pass
like Jerry
rusher.
right now. Get it out. You sound like Jerry.
Falk is
You
a
sound
legitimate
like Jerry.
first round pick.
Taco wasn't.
Not over Watt.
Hindsight's
not over Watt.
Hindsight's
Not over
2020.
Watt. And the only reason you chose him because you ran a 4-3, even though you're in a nickel, 6-7% of the time, and it's about getting to the quarterback. He would not have been a pass rusher. We're not saying pick Falk over better pass rushers. No one's saying that.
Okay. All right.
I don't think nobody's selling that.
Okay. All right. So one of the questions that the Cowboys have not answered yet in free agency, they've addressed the safety. They've addressed cornerback / slot. They've added a semi good pass rusher in Rashan Gary. They've added some backup offensive linemen. They've sprinkled in some things here and there. But one of the main issues that the Cowboys had last year, one because of poor play, two because of injury, was the linebacking position. And John, do you still have that graphic of the available players?
No, but it's changed since yesterday.
Okay,
so
no
it's
problem.
irrelevant
No
but
problem. But
I can tell you some names.
Tell us. I
mean, Bobby Okereke and Bobby Wagner are the two big ones.
So Bobby Okereke and Bobby Wagner, and I tweeted out this morning. I've come to a decision. I had post-shower clarity, and I come to
you put something in the Slack about thinking in the shower.
Yeah.
We don't want to know what you do in the shower.
because here's the thing.
We don't want to know what you do in the shower.
I think in the shower. Chat. Let's keep it a buck. Don't most of you have good thoughts in the shower? Because, right, like you don't have your phone in your hand. People aren't trying to talk to you. If you have kids or pets, they're not running around. Like the shower is maybe the 20 to 25 minutes in the shower is what you have to yourself. It's all the outsiders. So I have good thoughts in the shower. Chat, we were looking for a thumbnail quote this morning, and we were having some back and forth, and I said, I'm about to get in the shower. I have good thoughts there. I'll hit you back.
Rudy Barker says there's entire subreddit for this already. RE shower thoughts.
Oh, yeah, no, there is.
I'm just telling you. Like,
shower thoughts oh, no, I don't disagree with you, Jesse. It was just the thought of you saying, I'm going to shower.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm going to shower.
I will say, you know, they say Disney's the happiest place on earth.
Sure.
It's number 2. Shower really is.
Shower it's amazing.
Shower's the happiest place.
Yeah, and so what
For
happens?
you, I think it's
What happened?
doing
I
number
came
2.
out of the shower with some ideas. Boom. Thumbnail done. So I was in the shower. Boom. There it is right there. The blueprint. Came out with that in the shower. Yeah. You know what I'm
brought his
saying?
laptop in the shower. He popped open Photoshop. He threw this together.
And boom. You know what I'm
raining
saying?
down and everything.
Right there. I got the waterproof laptop. I just did it in the shower. Sat right on I got a bench in my shower.
I need that drop. I just did it in the shower. I need that drop.
God, man.
I just did it in the shower. Jesse Holly.
She even caught me in the shower.
Oh, look, Jackie says, I don't think Clarence showers. That's
Wow,
why he can't
Jackie.
relate. That's what I'm talking about,
Comes off
Jackie.
in the shower, right?
Yeah. I don't know how he get that ass sheet. Maybe he just sprinkle water on him, but it ain't
I
coming
can't
from the
believe
shower.
Jackie, we
Yeah.
better than this. I'm going to tell
Thank you.
Ali. I'm going to tell Ali.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Thank you,
get
Jackie.
back.
Anyway, so I came to the conclusion this morning that the Cowboys can address linebacker in free agency. I want Bobby Wagner. Now, here's why.
Now you want age.
Now, listen.
Now you want an old man.
See?
Go ahead.
Won't let me finish. Here's why. I'm not looking for Bobby Wagner to come onto this football team and to be a starter. It's not what I want Bobby Wagner for. I do think Bobby Wagner does, because Bobby Wagner is super intelligent. Bobby Wagner has taken very good care of himself. He still has a little bit of juice left. But listen to me, I don't want Bobby Wagner as a starter. What I want Bobby Wagner for is a teaching piece. I want Bobby Wagner around my young linebackers. I want Bobby Wagner around DeMarvion Overshown, Maris Leofau, Shamar James, and whoever the Cowboys, because I am starting to believe, as the way that this thing is working out, as we have been through this week, I believe now that the Cowboys will probably shift their focus to the draft for linebackers. And if that's the case, then you need, I don't think Overshown yet is to a place where he can big bro somebody, where he can put somebody under the wing. Shamar is not that. Maris is not that. I think having a guy like Bobby Wagner in your locker room, he is a tremendous leader. He gives you that type of leadership that Dak gives the offense. He can give you that on defense. He's a man of the community. He's going to be the first guy in, the last guy to leave. He's going to work out properly. He's going to be on the practice field, in the meeting rooms. And Bobby Wagner has that sense where it's like, hey, young fellas, hey, come, and they don't feel talked down to. They feel like this is big bro and he's trying to help us. And so I think Bobby Wagner is a person that they should bring in to have as that big bro veteran in the locker room, to help all those pieces understand. All those things come together. I think that what Bobby Wagner can bring to this Cowboys defense, help Christian Parker out, and whoever the young linebacker is, whether it's C.J. Allen, whether it's Jacob Rodriguez, whoever that may be, because I do think they're going to drop the linebacker in the draft.
Anthony Hill Jr.
Anthony Hill Jr., third-round pick, right?
Second. Don't do that. Don't do that.
We don't have a second round. We don't have a second-round pick.
He ain't no third-round pick. He's going to be gone for the third round.
Why'd you bring him up then?
Why you bring him up? We don't have a second-round pick. He ain't a first-round pick.
He might be. Let's see what.
All right, he might be. Okay.
Listen, Bobby Wagner, how North Carolina do last night?
We lost.
Okay, I was just double checking.
Yeah.
How they do last night?
That don't make Anthony Hill Jr. not a third-round pick.
He's not a third-round pick. Anyway, Bobby Wagner is 35.
Okay.
He will be 36 in June.
Okay.
They had Eric Kendricks. They had K9.
Don't do that.
They had K9.
Don't do that.
He came to work.
Jesse, I got you. Bobby Wagner last season led the league in defensive snaps, highest playtime rate of any defender in the NFL, third in tackles, fourth in run stops, so that's tackles for a negative.
Somebody has to be the leading tackle on a bad defense.
Oh, see,
they were bad defense.
But K9 and Eric Kendricks weren't doing that before.
Eric Kendricks led the Cowboys in tackles the year before.
No, the league. He said the league, not the Commanders. The entire National Football League.
If y'all thought he was all that, if he was all that, Washington be trying to bring him back. Washington's trying to replace him because he's not that dude anymore. Don't show me numbers. Don't show me numbers.
Washington had him as a starter, as a dude. I'm not asking him to be a dude.
But when you bring up his numbers, you're trying to tell me what he can be, his production.
I'm telling you that he still has a little bit of juice left. I'm saying he has a little bit of juice left, but I am bringing him in because I want to put that level of maturity, professionalism, that level of pros pro in a locker room that will have a bunch of young players on it, a side of the ball that can give you a unk.
But he's more of a pop-up. He's not an unk. He a pop-up. He be the oldest player in the locker room. Outside of the punter.
The Commanders, their average age of their signings was like 26.
Right, they're trying to get younger.
They're doing a youth movement. It wasn't because he wasn't
they're trying to get younger.
And you're not going to tell me he can't play first and second down or obvious run situations.
Just keep it to your point. Overshown, this is a contract year for Overshown. This is a proof year for Overshown. This is the last year of his contract. He's been injured. He needs to show.
Yeah, but the thing about Overshown is I don't doubt that Overshown loves the game.
Yeah, no question.
Wants to play the game.
No question.
Overshown's biggest problem and issue is his health.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with him knowing the game. It's he can't stay on the field. The best ability is availability. And that's why I'm saying for guys that they're going to bring in, for the young players, you need, you talk about teams that are going to the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl, they got a locker room full of them veterans. Like those.
Dominic wants to know how much you're willing to pay for that. What you gonna pay Bobby Wagner?
$3 million, $5 million? Something. I mean, not much. 1 year. Hell, give him what you gave Cobie Durant.
Would you trade for? What about Patrick Queen? He's been mentioned. Would you rather have Patrick Queen, who's close in his prime?
No.
No.
Wagner last year was 1 year for 6.5, by the way.
Yeah, 1 year for 6.5 last year. Give Bobby Wagner 1 year, $5 million, fully guaranteed. Let's play ball. That's just mine. You don't have to agree with it. But I get the last say so because I'm the host. Thank you all for riding with us out this week. If anything pops up, we will have an emergency pod this weekend. If the Cowboys make any more moves, shout out to everybody being here. Happy birthday to Chan. Happy 25th birthday, Jeff. Continue to recover. We love you, my boy. For Clarence, for Jesse, as Jeff would always say, you never know what anyone is going through, so be kind to everybody. As I always say, eliminate those contingencies.
Supposed to be.
We all silly like the mayor.